Welcome back to Because. We're here with a man who really needs no introduction, but real quickly, the mayor of Schaumburg, Larson. Al, thanks for coming in the studio today.
Thanks for inviting me.
Appreciate you making it out on, I think, the coldest day of the year, and maybe the coldest day of the decade for that matter.
I'm still defrosting here.
Thanks for taking the time. Want to talk a little bit about 2013 and then about 2014. If you could sum up 2013 in one word, what word would you use for that?
Well, I think potential, potential and promise. We've had some exciting things that are now happening now, but the brickwork was laid, last year. And so, we've got some projects. As an example, Meacham Road.
Right.
We're trying to develop Meacham Road as a restaurant row for us. From Higgins on the south all the way up north just past Gulf Road. And you can see there right now, the restaurants that are coming in. And they're coming in because of what's happening with our convention center.
Right.
Our hotel convention center is having its best year ever. And restaurateurs take note of that they're bringing these people into town and they have to eat someplace.
Right.
So
yeah, and the convention note, it was great to see Schaumburg make the top 50 in the C-Vent calendar of the best places to meet. I think that's quite an accomplishment. Renaissance being a critical piece of that puzzle, but as you mentioned, it's all that goes around the convention center as well with the restaurant row that you're developing. So tell us a little bit more about 2014 and what you see in the future. Well,
there's a restaurant called Entourage.
Right.
That's been vacant for quite some time, and it's a very attractive restaurant. And a lot of people thought that, how could it possibly fail because it's such a
cool looking spot.
Yeah, and a gorgeous facility.
Yeah.
Well, apparently there's a high-end steakhouse from Chicago.
Great.
That is going to be locating there, and any day now they're going to make the announcement as to what high-end Chicago steakhouse is going to go there. Upstairs they're going to have a banquet facility.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I think that's great. And now the Bally site.
Right.
That is leveled now. There's plans there for a hotel at the west end of it.
Okay.
And with possibly 4 to 5 restaurants from there up to Meacham Road. And one of them might be Giordano's.
Oh, great.
And Egg Harbor is another restaurant.
Oh, Egg Harbor's a very popular spot. That'd be great to get that for a breakfast type.
Speaking of breakfast, there's been an interest for Applebee's at Town Square.
Okay.
By the Walker brothers.
Right. Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Not the Walker who has the restaurant north on Roselle Road.
Oh, no?
But his brother.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, I guess there's been a little bit of family how can I say this?
Disconnect, we'll say.
A disconnect, yes.
Well, that's interesting. That's great. And it's been great to see all the other restaurants on Meacham come in, the Protein Bar and some of those spots I know are real popular that came in late last year.
On the border?
On the border, right next door as well.
Sure.
Yeah, those are some really good.
Is there Beer Garden? Is that?
Yeah, I haven't been in that one yet.
I have not been there yet either.
I talked to Matt Frank a little bit about that one. He says it's a good spot as well. So.
And Matt's doing a great job as our economic development planner. He really is.
Yeah, it's a great undertaking when you have a good communicator like Matt that really goes out and really, pumps for the business and really, he's got a great product to sell, but he's still got to do the legwork for it. So that's
part of Schaumburg's economic development model, quite frankly, includes the Park District. Mm-hmm. I mean, Olympic Park just generates a tremendous amount of out-of-town visitors. Yep. And those folks stay in our hotels and eat in our restaurants and shop in our shops, and then they go home. But moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas come out to see their wunderkind out there playing soccer.
Yeah. I had lunch with Jerry Hanlon a few months ago, and we were talking, and kind of did thank him for the foresight, Olympic Park and the Sports Center being great regional draws, not just thinking small. Jerry always wanted to think big, and like you're saying, Olympic Park is a big piece of that puzzle to help the Park District, the village, and the whole community grow.
Can I make a suggestion regarding the Sports Center?
Definitely.
You ought to have a sign on that facing the.
We got that in the works. I got that. Okay. I got that note through the back channel. So we are definitely looking into that.
That makes sense. If you're riding on a train, you see a huge building there, and you figure, well, it must be a big hangar for a.
Completely agree.
For an aircraft, but it's not. It's a sports center, and people should know that.
Right. Yeah, a lot of traffic on the train.
And look out, they'll see that. It's that advertisement. You guys can develop more events over there.
Yep. It'll be good. Staff's working on that already. So
that's good.
We appreciate it. I forget who you talked to. Probably
I talked to Bob Schmidt.
One of those commissioners, right? The great guys that pass on the information.
Yeah.
Well, before I forget too, how about speaking of 2013, the Boomers? What a great second year for them.
Great year. Championship.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully be a championship again this year.
Yeah, they're recognized as one of the top organizations. So I think that's a success that we hope to be a part of the village and the Park District build upon some good legwork there.
And they play baseball. They play really good baseball.
Yeah, it's a good quality game. Yeah, I think it's going to be great, and looking forward to hopefully a 2014 very successful campaign for them. And speaking of new for 2014, you have a couple new guys working with you over at the village, fairly new village manager and then a police chief. Care to talk about how they've become acclimated?
The nice thing about having Brian Townsend as village manager is that he still has roots here and connections in Schaumburg. You know, he knows the people here, he knows the players, he knows the employees, the staff. I think it was just tickled pink when we announced that Brian was going to be the next village manager.
Right.
You know, he connects well with people.
Yep.
You know.
Great pickup. Great pickup,
yeah.
Good stuff.
I think the timing was perfect for that. When I heard that Kenneth Fritz was leaving and resigning as village manager, I picked the phone up and I called St. Charles.
Right.
And I got a hold of Brian. I asked if he was interested. He said, "Yeah, I got to talk to my family about this." And he did. He came back. He said, "Yeah, he's interested." Then he asked, he said, "Does Ken know?" I said, "Well, Ken and Knight made the announcement."
Sure.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, Brian's been a great guy. I've worked with him, you know, on a weekly, daily basis. Great pickup by you guys at the village. So appreciate moving forward. And now I met the new chief that's come in. Yeah. So again, Chief Lampkin seems like another great guy.
And he works well with Brian because he comes from St. Charles.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah, that's great stuff. Good. So we're excited to have them, you know, a piece of the community. Again, two good communicators, which is real important. Talking about new things coming up, I know that the TIF district's well underway now, Sunstar, and I know I'm excited to hear about the entertainment district and how
that Sunstar project was great. That was we'd found out that this Japanese company from Chicago had optioned I think 80 acres they bought from the Archdiocese of Chicago, and they're going to develop on 35 to 40 acres of it and market the rest. And they're putting their headquarters there. It's going to be a beautiful building. Tollway frontage. They love the property. They love coming to Schaumburg.
Right, that's great.
It's 400 jobs.
Awesome.
And then when we heard that Zurich was moving out of town, that their lease was up, and we're concerned they were going to move out of town. I guess Chicago put a pitch in for them, and Rosemont put a pitch in for them.
Okay.
And I think Hoffman Estates expressed a great deal of interest. And we sat down, we talked to Zurich, and they decided that they wanted to stay in Schaumburg.
Great.
And their employees were very pleased about that too. They wouldn't have to locate.
Sure, that's never easy for employees that have been based somewhere for so long to think about, picking up the roots and having to go elsewhere. It's great that we were able to, the community was able to.
That's a great catch. It really was.
Yeah, Zurich's a great company. It's been here for a
great save.
long time.
Now that's I think 1,500 jobs.
Right.
Or is it 2,500? You have the notes. So what do your notes say?
Yeah, I'm moving on to the next question. I'm cheating. I know transportation-wise, we're looking at projects in the future with.
And that TIF district, the TIF district is going to generate revenue sufficient to be able to float bond issues that will then pay for that full interchange at Roselle Road.
That's great.
And pay for an off-ramp on Meacham to from 53.
Yeah, I think that Roselle Road, that'll be a great project, both of them. And I heard at the SBA, at your speech there, I think one of them incorporates, the Roselle one incorporates a bike path?
Yeah, extension of our bikeway system. And I know that Bill Kelly was very concerned about it. Of course, he's on the Harper board.
Right.
He knows how many Harper students bike to classes, and this would make a vital connection.
Yeah, that'll be great. Yeah, again, transportation has always been a vital piece of the success in Schaumburg. It's great to see you guys really stay on top of that as an initiative, because again, I think that link, again, with everything you're talking about, the convention center, the businesses, the restaurants, all, you need that transportation piece to be in place to continue to grow. And
it's interesting, and I mentioned the Park District being an economic generator for us, and it is. But some of the things we're doing that are not that obvious as economic development are obvious, to me at least. Landscape medians.
Right.
I mean, people just love the way Schaumburg looks. I've had people who, from out of town, at conferences and conventions, tell me what a beautiful town we live in.
Right.
And that helps a lot. It's a traffic calming device. It's gorgeous. It's lovely. People want to live here. They want to work here. They want to stay here, and they want to attend Park District events.
Yeah.
Your gold medals. How many do you have now?
I think we have three gold medals. So we'll be going for a fourth in a few years here. So. Yeah, very excited to hear that. We're a distinguished agency as well. We go through an accreditation process through the Illinois Association of Park Districts. So yeah, it's nice. We try to make sure we set the benchmark high. Again, we, like you guys, we hold ourselves to high standards and really want to make sure we maintain ourselves as one of the premier agencies in the state and in the nation as well. And like you're saying, it is nice to go to events and hear from out-of-town residents that they were at Olympic Park or at the Sports Center and how much they enjoy the facilities of the park district. It's really reassuring to get that.
I'll take credit for that.
Yeah, we appreciate that. That's okay.
Oh, I love those flower beds over there at Volcaning Lake. Well, we do the best we can.
Yeah, very good flower beds. That's great. Good stuff. We have a lot of new exciting stuff. Volcaning Lake, we're looking to do some outdoor fitness equipment there.
Okay.
Kind of help incorporate. A lot of people go walking there already and had some call out for maybe some fitness equipment in some pod areas out there to make it even more of a fitness.
You guys have a lot of stuff to brag about, really do.
Yeah,
I mean, the working farm that you have in Schaumburg.
Yeah, Farm is a great piece of both.
Spring Valley Nature Sanctuary.
Great spot. Yeah. We had an attitude and interest survey, and Spring Valley was rated very, very high by the residents, as were all of our facilities.
Oh, sure.
And we're going to continue to move forward. And CRC, we're going to do some capital projects there to kind of enhance some of the programming opportunities, because for us, it's about building a sense of community, and places like CRC and Spring Valley really help the community come together. So we're going to continue to help those facilities out.
Well, you mentioned that bike bridge across the tollway at Roselle Road. We've cooperated a lot over the years.
Right.
The Fraud Tour on Schaumburg is
sure.
Great for families and kids to come out here and experience the bike paths that are in Schaumburg and in the Park District.
Right.
It's great to have that kind of level of cooperation.
Yeah.
There's some towns, I think, where there's a little bit of headbutting going on between park districts and villages, but here in Schaumburg, it works out real well.
Yeah, it's credit to yourself over the years, and past leaders of the park district to make sure the communication lines are open, and I think that's the synergy between the two. Really, you're able to build to bigger things.
I mean, we have the Summer Breeze concerts at the village grounds that are sponsored by the park district and by the village.
Right.
You work with us at Town Square for events there.
Yep.
Over the summer. So
yeah, some great music events out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good stuff.
Absolutely.
And again, things like that, it's nice for being a community member. Take the kids on a bike ride and end up at an event and then ride the bikes home. It makes for a very good sense of community when you can do things. You don't even have to drive, or you can just walk or bike type of thing.
And Bob Schmidt is on our Bob Schmidt is on our bikeways committee.
Dave. I think Dave's on there too now.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Really? The man can still ride a bicycle?
I think he's on as a resident.
Are you sure?
I think he is. I think I heard that. I think bikes are Bob's our designated person, but I think Dave's on there as
maybe
as
Bob
citizen.
Bob is there maybe to help old Dave along there.
I'll let you guys take care of that. Well, I know in Pleasant Square, as far as that development seems well underway now. With some, I haven't heard about when the first units are going to open, but they seem sure are moving forward.
And that's going to benefit Town Square. The additional population base is going to benefit Town Square.
Yep, I agree. You mentioned in the speech the synergy between that development and Town Square and attracting new restaurateurs and other shops to that area. I think you're right. To be able to, for people, that many people to move into the Pleasant Square area, that opportunity to just walk across the street and have different restaurants at as far as choices go, is a good opportunity.
Oh, sure. And we have 40 acres on municipal grounds, and then we have 20 acres just immediately east, and that our 20 plus 135 acres nature sanctuary, that's a central park in Schaumburg.
Right.
You got Abrahamson Park that leads right into the village property, right into Spring Valley.
Yeah, so. it's a great area through the Abrahams in the village and Spring Valley. When you're at that little corridor, there is a very, very nice piece of the community for people to bike through and walk through. There's no doubt about that. Well, as we wrap up, anything else for 2014? Any other comments we want to get to today? We covered a lot. We covered a lot in a short amount of time.
Well, I could have some fun with Bob Schmidt and I riding a tandem bicycle, which is not bad. It certainly beats the old days with Longmire behind. He'd shift his weight, and I figured, well, here we go. We're going down right here.
You and Bob did a very good job staying in tandem last year. I was there for that event, so that was
Bike to Work.
Great. Yeah, Bike to Work's another great partnership between the village and
besides, Schmidt at least pedals,
That's good to know. I'll have to give George a hard time about not pedaling. Well, Mayor Larson, really appreciate you stopping in the studio again, braving the cold elements, and looking forward to all the great things that the village is going to do and anything we can do to help out at the Park District. we're definitely happy to do so.
I'm a little concerned I'm going to break this glass. I keep bringing my hands up.
I think we'll be okay.
Who designed this set here? Who was that person who did that?
I think we have a very capable staff. Great staff to the studio.
But I like this sign right here. It's great.
Yeah, isn't that nice that we can show the nice Village logo right behind us as we speak, and it works out very well. Yeah. Well, thanks again for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thanks for inviting me.
Look forward to a great 2014.
Yeah, me too.
We'll be right back after these messages.